Hi, I'm Mariela. Welcome to Mariel Beads and Beyond. Today, I'm going to talk about beaded crochet. When and why to make it. Why? You can make amazing jewelry pieces with this technique because sometimes you don't feel like sitting at your beading table. You just want to sit on the couch and relax. These are the times when you want to know everything about beaded crochet. When you don't want to do anything but sit around. You can make beaded crochet jewelry while watching a movie, watching TV, or even at the doctor's office when you're waiting for an appointment. You can do it anywhere and everywhere. You can be doing anything and be doing your beaded crochet. Sometimes you sit at the table and don't have any ideas. So then you can start beaded crochet because it is a simple stitch that you can begin whenever. You can make it different by how you add the beads and what colors you pick. So let's get started. Usually when I do beaded crochet, I like to use Ceylon cord. That's my choice. I always be using that one. But you can use any type of thread that is for crochet. But this one is really thin and it's really strong. Usually the beads that I use, it's 8 O's. That's the more common. Unless I'm doing Turkish beaded crochet, then I can incorporate some 11 O's or even 15 O's because you use several beads at once. So it's different when you doing regular beaded crochet because it'll take more time. So that's when I use 8 O's. So let's get started. The pattern I'm gonna use for this demonstration, the base is gonna be of 6 beads, and the pattern is gonna be a white, a blue, green, red, brown, and orange. And these colors it's used for the demonstration. You have to decide what's the pattern that you want for your beaded crochet. This is used for a demonstration so you can see. This is basically to learn so you know how the beads are gonna be set up, and it's like a practice. After you know how to do the beaded crochet, you can decide what's gonna be the pattern. You can just make one color, you can make different colors. Here is the snake again. But it is the same thing. It's a base of 6 beads. If you want it thicker, you can make 8, 10, depending on how many you want. If you want it thinner, then you can make a base of like 4. It's up to you. I always like to work with 6 when I work with this. And this is regular beaded crochet. And always remember that the first beads that you add are gonna be the last ones that you're gonna crochet. I got the pattern and all I did is repeat. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then I had to repeat the same thing. So I started with a white, so the next one is a white, then a blue, green. You gotta follow the pattern. It's easier for you to know which bead is next because we're gonna be bringing down 6 beads every time, so we know that we are doing the right way. So to start, you are going to leave a tail and you're gonna wrap the thread in your finger twice, and you're gonna bring the thread on top of the other one, and you're gonna pass your crochet hook under, and then you're gonna pull this thread under like this, and then when you pull, and you can start doing your crochet. Okay, let's do it one more time. You're going to wrap 2 times, and then you're gonna bring you're gonna bring this thread on top. You're gonna pass your needle under, and you're gonna pull this thread through. Get your finger out, and you got your loop to start doing the beaded crochet. The next thing you're gonna do, this is how you gotta have your fingers. I usually never do it that way, but this is the right way. Okay, you're gonna wrap your thread in this finger, and then you're gonna pass your cord or your thread, and you want it on top of this finger. I usually don't do it that way, but that's the way you're supposed to grab it. You're supposed to hold your thread. Okay, so once again, do it like this, and then like this. You're gonna bring some beads every time. If you're learning, we're gonna bring 6 every time, because remember the base is gonna be 6 beads, so 6. This is what we need to have. You're gonna bring the bead, and we're gonna pass our thread on top, and we're just gonna crochet this. Okay, we're gonna hold the bead, and then we're just gonna crochet. Gonna pass through the loop, and we got our first bead, and we're gonna repeat this 6 times. We bring another bead, and we do the same thing. We pass our cord on top of the hook and pass through the loop, and there we have 2 beads. We're gonna bring one more, and we're gonna keep repeating this until we have 6 beads. If your base is of a less or more, that you gotta keep that in mind. Okay, bring one more, pass your cord on top of the crochet hook, and we're gonna pass through the loop. Bring one more, we got 5, and we need one more. Okay, and pass through the loop. The first 2 rows are gonna be hard, but after that it gets really simple. Beaded crochet is really easy. Okay, so you have your 6 beads. It's time for us to close this to make it into a circle so we can start doing a rope. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna bring this, you're gonna flip it. You want the first one on this side now, and this is the last one. We're gonna pass our hook in between or under this. If you see this bead, it has a thread right here, one right here, and one right here. This is the one going through the bead. So we want our crochet hook we want to pass it under the bead, in between the bead and the thread. You see the thread right here? I'm going to show you one more time. So you're going to pass your crochet hook and you're gonna bring your bead to the right. Okay, you always wanna be bringing your beads to the right. You're gonna bring 6 beads now, and you always wanna be bringing 6 beads so you know that you're not making a mistake. You gotta have this. You have the loop, the one that it's coming out of the last bead we add, and then this is the thread that's holding the orange bead. We're gonna bring the orange bead and put it on top of the orange bead, and you gotta crochet this. You see, this is our first loop, this is the thread holding. We're gonna pass through both. Pass through one, and we're gonna pass through the other one. The first 2 rows is the hardest part. After you got 2 rows, it usually gets really simple. Okay, we pass through both, and then we're gonna repeat this. We're gonna pass our next bead, it's the brown one, so we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna pass our crochet hook, and then we're gonna bring our brown bead to the right, and we're gonna bring a brown bead now. Remember, we always gotta be bringing the same color of bead. Okay, and as you can see, we got this loop, which is the one is coming out of the orange, and then the thread is holding the brown bead. I got my thread on top of my hook, and now I'm gonna pass my crochet hook, okay, through one, and then keep going through the loop, and then we have a new loop. Our next bead is the red one, so we're gonna pass our crochet hook the same way we did on the other one. Okay, under the bead, and then we're gonna pass the bead to the right, and we want our thread right here, and we want a red bead right now. Okay, put it on top, and we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna pass a crochet hook under, and then through the loop. And this is the same thing we're gonna keep doing. We're gonna do now with the green one. We pass under the green, and we pass the okay, we pass under, and then we're gonna bring it to the right. You always gotta bring the bead to the right, and then you can bring your new bead, which will be a green bead. Put it on top of the other green, and as you can see, I already have my cord on top of the green and on top of the crochet hook, and we're gonna pass through this thread. The one is the holding the green bead, and then we're gonna pass it through the loop. Okay, Now it's time for us to do the blue bead. We're going to pass our crochet hook under the bead and then pass the bead to the right. This thread, remember, always on top. Bring our blue bead, put it on top of the blue bead, then bring our cord on top of the crochet hook, and then as you can see, this is the loop and this is the thread holding the bead, so we're going to pass through both. Okay, and then we gotta do the same thing with the blue with the white bead, which is the last one. Okay, we pass under and we bring it to the right, and then we bring a white bead. Okay, put it on top of the white bead, put the cord on top of the crochet hook, and then we're gonna pass through the thread that is holding the white bead, and then we gotta pass through the loop. Okay, and this is the hardest part, so from now on you should be fine. We're gonna bring down 6 beads again. Remember, for you to make sure that you're not making any mistakes, you want to bring in 6 beads at a time. So our first bead was an orange, so we're gonna pass under the orange, and then we're gonna bring it to the right, and we're gonna bring an orange bead on top of the orange, and we're gonna pass our crochet hook under the cord, and then we're gonna pass it through the cord that is holding the bead and through the loop. Okay, and then our next bead is a brown one, so we're gonna pass through the brown one, and then under the brown one, and bring the bead to the right. Okay, it's very important to remember that you gotta be bringing your beads to the right. We're gonna bring down a brown bead and put it on top of the brown one, and then pass a crochet hook under the cord, and then pass through the thread and through the loop. Okay, and then our next bead is this pink one. We pass under the thread and then bring our bead to the right, and then bring a pink bead, put it on top, and you can see this is our loop and this is the thread. Remember, we're passing the crochet hook under the bead and bringing the bead to the right. That's where this thread is coming from. Okay, we're gonna pass a crochet hook under the cord, and then we're gonna pass it through both, through the thread that is holding the bead and through our loop, and we have a new loop. We're always gonna be having a loop. Okay, our next bead, it's a green one, so we're gonna pass a crochet hook under the green one, see, and then we're gonna bring it to the right, like this, and bring the green bead on top. We're putting the green bead on top of the other green, and pass our crochet hook under the cord, and then we're gonna crochet through one loop. This is the thread that is holding the bead, remember, and through the loop. Okay, our next bead is the blue one, so the same thing, we're gonna pass under the blue and then bring it to the right, and then bring a blue bead and put it on top of the blue bead, and we want the crochet hook under. And then we gotta do our white bead, and that's the last one for the row. So we pass under and then move it to the right, and then we gotta bring our last bead, which is gotta be a white. Put it on top, and then we're gonna crochet and pass through the loop. Okay, and now as you can see, it's already forming a rope. So now we gotta keep repeating this until we get the length that we decide. The first rows are the ones that get really hard to make because you hardly have anything to hold to it, but after that it gets really simple. And you don't have to pass through one and then to the other one. You can pass through both at the same time. I'm just doing it this way for you to see better what I'm doing. See, the next one is a pink one. Remember, always pass the bead to the right, and it looks harder than what it is, and it's not helping me that I had to be filming this. It's usually not that hard. And then it's time for the white one, and it's the last one. Just continue doing this. I'm gonna do a little bit faster off camera, so you can see it's forming my rope right now. So I'm just gonna do a little bit more so I can show you a little bit further when I got more to hold, when if in case you add two beads the same color, how to fix that, and also if you forgot to add a bead. Okay, I finished another row, so I am ready. This looks a little bit ugly because the beads, they're not the same. There's size 8, but it's the cheap brand, so it looks a little bit uneven, but it's just for tutorial purposes, so it doesn't really matter. If you're using the right beads, it'll look really pretty. So it's time for me to add my new set of beads. So I'm gonna bring my 6 beads down, and what happened right here, I have 2 orange beads. If I bring my other 6, they're fine. So I made a mistake right here. See, I got 6 right here, but right here I add 2 orange. So this is really easy to fix. All you do is you grab a needle and put it in between the thread and the bead, and that is to prevent for you to breaking up the cord. You're just gonna grab a pair of pliers and you're just gonna break this bead. Okay, and there you go. That's the solution when you do that. So you just continue beading. I continued doing my beaded crochet row, and I finished another row, and it's time for me to bring my 6 beads. What happened right here, I just have 5. So right here I'm missing the pink bead. Okay, so I got my orange, my brown, and then I need my pink right here. I forgot. There's 2 ways to fix this. The first way is you just keep doing a light right here. It'll be time for our orange, so you pass through the orange, bring it to the right, and crochet our orange bead. Okay, and then it's time for our brown one. Bring our brown bead, and you gotta continue. Okay, right here, since we don't have a pink bead, what you do is you just crochet with our bead, and then you just bring your green bead and just continue. What's gonna happen is that as you continue, you're gonna have a space open while you when you're done. It's gonna look ugly. Continue you doing this till you finish your row. The other option is whichever is easier for you, because okay, you see that you're missing right here, you see that you're missing 1 bead. What you can do, if you don't have to be worrying, because the other way I just show you, you're gonna end up with a space that I'm gonna show you a little bit further and how to fix it. But the other way is you just break all these beads. So you can just save this too, depending on which one is the one you're missing. See, you're missing the pink one, so you can just pass these two, and then you need to break all these beads right here. Break them all. So then you have your orange, your brown, your pink, your green, your blue, and your white. So it's up to you. You can break this or just keep beading the way I told you, and when you are about to bead the one that you're missing, just bead it without beads, just like I show you. I'm gonna continue going so I can show you how it look if you choose the other option. I finished my row and I started a new one, and I got to the point that I got to add the pink one. What you remember right here, I didn't add one on the previous row. So what you gotta do right here is you just gotta pass your crochet hook on the thread. You'll see it, it's the one that we crochet without a bead, and then you just do normal crochet. You just crochet without adding the bead like this, and you just pass under the thread and through the loop, and just continue doing your beaded, making your beaded crochet rope as normal. And I'll be right back to show you the way it looks. I think the best way to do it will be just break all the other beads, so you don't have to worry about all this. If you just break the beads, you'll have your pattern to keep going, but I'll show you how to fix it. Okay, I'm done with the next row, and we're gonna suppose that I already have the length that I need for my bracelet, my necklace, whatever I'm doing. So just to finish on this side, it looks really tight, it looks really pretty, but right here it looks open. Okay, so to finish it, all you gotta do is you gotta do a new row with without adding beads. So you pass through your orange bead, and you're not gonna add any more beads. You're just gonna crochet this. I'm making in this tutorial, it seems to be so hard, but it's not. Just trust me on this. It's just because I'm filming and it's a little bit harder because I gotta be paying attention to the camera. But see, you're just gonna do a whole round without adding any beads. Then pass through the pink. And pass through the green, and you just do a whole round like this. And then the last one, the white one. And then you got a last loop, you just pass through the last loop and you're done. Now we're missing a bead right here. How you gonna fix this? You can just thread a needle with the rest. You gotta leave a lot of cord depending on how far, because if this is a long rope and this is like in the center of the rope, you're gonna need a lot of thread to fix it. So okay, you just thread with a needle, and the best way to do it, it's like and then right here I'm just gonna pass my needle through the center and try to come out like one bead, or right next to the where the bead is missing, like right there. See, it's one bead before. Pull, and don't pull too hard because you don't want this to be to make your rope look funny. And then you're gonna pass through this bead. Okay, I think the easiest way is just to break the beads like I told you, and then you grab your bead, the one you're missing, and you just pass through one. Okay, and when you pull, the bead gets in the space that we were missing, and all you do is just finish it by like passing through the work. Don't pass through the beads, just pass through the work. And you can pass through the work one more time. And that's how you do your beaded crochet. I hope this tutorial was helpful, and I hope you enjoy it. And I hope this tutorial motivates you to start doing beaded crochet if you haven't done it yet. Until next time, bye bye.